Hi everyone, welcome back. In our last video, we learned how to send data from MS Excel form to Access database. Now let's suppose that we have a huge chunk of data that you need to send directly from your Excel to database. So there are more ways to do this by selecting the whole table and dumping them into the database, or you can also go ahead by looping on and then adding them to database. So in this example, I'll show you how to do that. Using the loop. Okay, so for now I'll just gonna clear off ID. Okay, no, let it be there. So let's say that you have this data like this. I'll just put a random number now, 30,000 to 50, and then I'll say this is into 15%, and then obviously this is different, so I'll just add this many users, and for now I'll just add all of them as same date of birth, and then employee ID can be same, so I'll just change them. I'm just creating a dummy data, and then I'll just make all of them to associate as their designation. So let's say that we have this data that we need to push into our database, this database. So I'll have to update the code that we have written earlier. So everything is pretty much the same. The only thing is here, it's not fixed anymore. These particular values that we need to send to the database, it's not same anymore. So first thing first, we need to find out, we have to start looping from here till 21 row. So we can type in like we can declare that we have one is long, so that we can use this as a counter to loop through from 2 to 21. So you can easily do this by for I is equal to 2 to 21. So this is basically gonna loop 21 times, and then within this loop I'm saying do this updation. We can also do that. Okay, however, I'm gonna move this out of the counter. Let's say that you have more than 21. Maybe it's dynamic, right? So if you go to my blog and then type in last row, you'll find one blog post is about getting a dynamic row. So you don't have to do anything about this. You just need to copy this whole code here. It's basically just gonna automate or just take care of your last row and the column and so on. So I'm just gonna copy this last row. So instead of 21, I'll say loop till my last row. So I'll say dim lr as long, and I'll say that lr is equal to lr, and then I want to find the last row based on this column. Whatever is the last data in this column, just pick that up as my last row. So I'll just specify this as, so it's saying key key column as string, so I'll just say this is B column is my key. And if you want to specify the workbook name and sheet name, you can do that, but these are optional. And then since I'm working only in this particular workbook, I'm not concerned about that. So just say this is my LR, and then I'll say instead of 21 it will be LR. So if the data increases, it will still know that you need to send data to all the dynamic data that is gonna be appended here in the future. Okay, so I'm saying loop from number 2. So I've already added this code that I've copied into the another module, and whenever you get time, you can go through this code. Basically it's just finding out the last row. I've put in all the examples, and then in my other videos I've described this, how to use them as well. Okay, so saying loop from row number 2 till the my dynamic last row that is available, and then add a value to that. However, here, like I've said, we need to update what value should be added to which field. Okay, so here I'll say that cells, so row is gonna be I, because I is the one which is gonna counter down like this, and then my row number is gonna change, so I is gonna be my row number, which is dynamic, and then the column is gonna be 2, which is B in this scenario. I want example B2 to be updated to employee name. Okay, so once you have this syntax, you can copy this to all of them like this. And then I'll say this to column number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So what I'm saying is, once it keeps on going down, add this value to the table as an employee ID, to this value to employee name, this field, and then so on for all these fields, and then keep on going down. And then I here, our variable I is gonna handle the row numbers. So every time it loops, it's gonna change the row number. And then once we're done, we'll say, instead of rs update, we'll say rs dot, I think it's update batch. Okay, so let's see if it works. I'll just run this and see if it does an error, then it's good. So I'll just run this. It's done. Let me refresh and see. Right, so it has appended this many data, so you can send like thousands of records at this one go like this. It's very simple to do that. If you have any questions, please come back to me, and then I'll try to do my best to reply to you as soon as possible. As I've told you, like you might not get any error, but sometimes we get error like the driver is not found, and then installable IS ISM is not found, and so on. So just comment on the video below, and then we'll try to resolve that as ASAP. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Again, tune in back for another video on how to update the existing data, and then how to delete the data, and so on. So thank you once again, and please subscribe to my video and to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.